Good morning, everybody. This is Lindy. We're still talking Medicare here. So, your first page is doctor office visits, but then you go to inpatient hospital stays. You pay a $300 copayment each day for days 1 through 4 in network. After that, zero. If you are out of network, you pay $500 a day for 1 to 17 days. Lots of money. Zero after that. Again, that sentence really bothers me. And then you go into Part B. I don't really care about the drug thing, simply because I'm not on any. I have been on them. I've paid a lot of money on some, particularly my cream for my hands for my arthritis. That's $52 a tube, but the tube does last me about 6 months. You may want to spend more time on the drug part. I don't care to, because I can refuse to take drugs if I want. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a bad decision. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Everybody is so different. Everybody has just got to make their own decisions about what they want to focus on. I want to find out about, since I'm going to have the eye surgery, what do you call it? They take those things off. Oh my goodness. I'm so stupid. Anyway, I'm going to have eye surgery next year, and I'm going to be focusing on how much that's going to cost me to have that done. So you have to, as you get older, I forget what they call them. Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm not even going to talk about it. Anyway, so, then they go into detail: acupuncture and routine foot care and ambulance services, dental services. Then they cover hearing. So all of these, you may have hearing problems, and you want to ask questions about that. You may have dental. I decided no dental this year. I did sign up for it last year. It's a waste of money and time and effort. I went to community care clinic, and they do take care of it. Yes, I have to wait a long time to get appointments, but it's $90 for one cleaning versus $500 by the insurance. So which would I prefer? I'm paying 20% of the actual cost of what it would cost me to take this insurance. So I'm not even going to go there anymore. So I do have my dental taken care of. Now, got inpatient hospital care, which we talked about. I was just figuring it out, and it's $8,500 out of pocket for out of network. It's $1,200 if you're in network. Big difference. And then you go on, okay? So you've got mental health care, out of network cost sharing. Now this is very interesting. Remember last video I talked about co-insurance? Well, what it's called is co-sharing. Okay? So when you see out-of-pocket providers, you will only be responsible for your out-of-pocket network cost share. Cost share. That's called co-insurance. Well, many of these hospitals don't have in-network machinery to do a lot of the tests they want to do. So an MRI isn't necessarily handled by your hospital. Some hospitals have it, some don't. Depending on what kind of test they're going to take, they may all be out of pocket for me. I may be in an area where I have to go out of the network to get this kind of screening or this kind of test. I now have to pay a share of that. Now my share is 20%. And you need to find that out. What's your share? What does your hospital have? Are they going to have a PET scan? Mine was a PET scan. Well, they don't do it in the hospital. It's specialized. So a PET scan is out of network. See? Real interesting. And then it goes on to outpatient diagnostic tests. I mean, you have to look at this policy really, really well. I'm talking about the things that really bother me. And I'm not going to talk much more about this because I actually am going to be discussing this on the internet with a specialist. And I have a list of questions, which you should have too. I'm very interested in what I feel I'm going to need covered. You might need skilled nursing facility. You got to check that out. Anything that you feel in the future, you get surprised. You don't know what's going to happen to you in the future. Young, old, it doesn't matter. And you can do the best you can, but try to figure it out and try to get the best coverage you can. Virtual visits. Well, virtual visits, you have to pay 40% of the total cost for these services. This is a virtual visit. How much does it cost? $1,000? I don't know. So that's interesting. I got to pay 40% of that. Let me see. Medicare is supposed to pay 80%. I buy a separate insurance to pay the other 20%, and somehow I'm paying all these percentages, co-insurance, cost sharing, and now I'm paying 40% for virtual visits. Where am I coming up with all this money? On Social Security. You wonder why I work. Anyway, I'm not going to continue to talk. This is the third and final on going over this booklet because I realize so many of us are so different and we have so many special needs that me talking about mine may not be of value to you. So I am going to discuss the differences between original Medicare and the Advantage plans as I find that out through other specialists, because I am not a specialist on this. I'm not giving you advice. I'm suggesting how you look at your plan and looking for loopholes so they can charge you extra. Because if you're on Social Security, you can't afford this. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Camo.